Hello, hello. It's been a while. Well, I'm back again. Um, oh my God. Yeah, it's been a bit kind of busy, or rather, I should say, stuck between different ideas, different things, etc., etc. Yeah, hence why. Yeah, procrastination. Um, yeah, I've kind of been a bit stuck lately, which is a common thing that happens sometimes. Especially, I think it's kind of just part of doing philosophy anyway. If you start thinking about one thing, there's another, and some very often, open a can of worms, so to speak, the Hydra's head and all that business. You just end up looking into one topic, and it just oof, it explodes into several others. So it can be really hard to know where to go, what path to take, etc. But anyway, it seems like a lot of that's been happening lately. I've been busy working on some assignments, which I'm probably gonna go into. I was just telling them on the website because I am currently studying this at the moment. It's Open University. It's humanities degree, but I'm doing it with a sort of specialization in philosophy. There's not a solid philosophy degree, unfortunately, so I just kind of done that, which it's interesting as well. I actually tried to do it many years ago, many years ago, but as things were at the time, I couldn't keep up with it. But it was interesting then, and yeah, this is equally as interesting. And I'm gonna go into some detail later on, probably. But anyway, um, just sort of want to talk about what I'm going to be doing and see if we can weave some philosophical ramblings into that somehow. Mm. Oh, first off, I'm going to leave a link in the description. I've started a Substack thing. I'm going to try and write on that as much as I can, like a blog. There's a philosophy forum that I've been frequenting on and off for, Jesus Christ, how long will it be now? Several years, I would say. And I've just been contacting some people there and maybe see if I can get anyone interested in doing some kind of podcast, like interview kind of thing, where they just talk about what they're into. So that could be interesting, but we shall see. I'm not particularly hopeful of getting much in response there, but if we can at least engage with them and they don't, yeah, if they don't like it, then maybe get something out of it anyway. What else? What else is there to be done? Yeah, I've been, I think I might be doing this a bit more regularly, but it's going to be much more rambly. Because what I have noticed is like when I come on here and I speak, and even like when I'm talking to other people about these kind of topics, it gives me a little boost, a little kick up the ass to actually go and focus on one particular thing. Whereas at the moment I've been stuck between reading several different things, and I've got another assignment to do by next month. By next week, I need to hand in a plan for that, and I'm just, mm, yeah, kind of sort of caught between doing several things and therefore doing nothing. The whole procrastination problem. But in doing that, I've had a fun time. I've like been pulling out some books which I've not looked at for a while, like stuff like this, on the aesthetic education of man by Schiller, which is a nice little read. I do want to read it again, but again, it's like, ugh. I've been looking at Nozick's, what's it called? What's the damn thing called? Um, what's it? State, Anarchy, and Utopia, or Anarchy, State, and Utopia, something like that. But yeah, so I was trying to read it from the start, but now I'm like, oh no, I need to sort of read this for what I'm going to be doing in my essay, so I'm kind of going to have to jump ahead somewhere else. And I've got Rawls as well. What's that called? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, Theory of Justice. So yeah, there's all been a good bit of fun jumping into those. Hegel, I was really starting to try and get into that and focus that focus on that so I can put it into the essay I was going to be writing, but it doesn't really seem appropriate. I probably have a passing mention of it, if anything, so it doesn't really seem worthwhile doing that. Um, there's other things I would like to have, but I don't, unfortunately. Like Habermas, I really want to get Habermas's work, but I'm gonna have to wait until I can travel and go to another country and buy that. Also, you can get it delivered here cheaply because you can't buy anything in this country, unfortunately, in terms of political texts and not political texts. Well, that's the reason. Philosophical texts. There's not a lot. There's not a lot. I'd also like to go back and revisit this one properly. I've not quite had a chance to do that as of yet. Well, I say I've had a chance to do everything and done nothing. I was looking back at Schopenhauer again. Yeah, the horrors and absurdities of religion, and had a brief little glimpse of this guy, but that's actually put that back in the shelf. I don't need that. That's not really going to be helping me at the moment much. Yeah, and also there's Aristotle and Plato. Anyway, there's a lot all else going on, and yeah, I'd really like to get into writing or trying to attempt to write some kind of philosophical paper, even though whatever I would attempt at the moment, I don't think I have the resources available. And I think in academia, they tend to judge a lot of papers that people write. It's a lot about how many citations you got from who kind of thing. And I do feel that could be a big hindrance because a lot of philosophy I see written in journals and stuff, a lot of it does seem to run off the back of that, unless they're like established philosophers. They don't really need to do that so much, and obviously I'm not, but it's something I'm thinking about doing. I do need to write more. I've got like about a dozen different little pieces that I was writing. Hence, I started the Substack thing, which is going to be much more. Yeah, maybe not exactly. I'm going to try and make it a bit more philosophically focused, but it's likely to go off into several different directions and other interests. But we shall see. More. It's just a platform for writing, so that'd be fun. What else is it to say, really? Yeah, there's what I was talking about last time with interpretation of cultures. Clifford Geertz. Was it Clifford Geertz? What wasn't it? Yeah. Then yeah, this. I'm likely to jump back into that once I start. Well, once I finished this module I'm on in my degree at the moment, because then the next term coming up, which I believe is going to start in September, I'm going to be basically doing full-time university whilst I'm working as well. It might sound like a bit much for a lot of people, but it's kind of what I do anyway. It's going to be a bit of struggle, and I've kind of been enjoying the pushing myself into some kind of more focused reading rather than just reading all over the place. It's helping with my procrastination quite a bit, having this focus, these deadlines to work to. And yeah, it's been really enjoyable, really enjoyable. And yeah, what else is to say about that? Yeah, I'm going to probably throw up some videos about this in the future, because I've noticed online, because I was looking for like my next the next module I'm doing in like the second year, so to speak, the level 2 modules. There's nothing that I've seen on YouTube that references it. So anyone else out there looking into doing this degree, then hopefully be useful to them. I've told Open University what I'm planning to do, just do a little YouTube video. And obviously there's certain things I cannot do, but I'm pretty sure I watched someone else's video when they just talked about you know, the different. Well, I'm not going to show you anything in the book. I can show you the book at least. So let's get. I might as well just mention this quickly now. There's this one, then there's this one, and then there's this one. And this entire topic is because you the humanities degree, like the first module you do, which I did, oh god, when I was like between countries and visa issues, and it's a mess. But yeah, I managed to do all right, and that's just about personal issues got in the way. And then I managed to get this one up and running. What was I saying? Yeah. So I'm just going to go through. I can't show the content of the books. I believe if I showed the actual contents page, that would be allowable, just to give people an idea. But let me just check. Yeah, maybe not each chapter title, but I can just sort of cover briefly what it's going over. And this module is called Revolutions, and you can go to the Open University website and look at it yourself and check out what it's about. And yeah, it's especially because it covers a French Revolution, which I was fairly ignorant about, to be honest. I just knew what everyone else knows without hearing much about it, I guess. But reading a bit more into it is interesting. The Reformation of print in that particular book was especially enlightening. I really like that. First World War. The music side of things I've not really got into more. I'm probably going to get into that more when in the term coming up, because I'm going to be doing 2 modules running side by side. One is like the pure philosophy based, and the other one is more about religion. Because yeah, as you may have gathered, I'm kind of interested in that area as well. So that's probably going to jump into the Cliff Gertz a bit more, as in preparation for getting into that next year. Yeah, speaking of which, there's a couple more. I was just trying to think of what other texts I might need to read, because I want to be more than prepared, and I want to. And the reason I'm doing this degree is because yeah, it's useful for, you know, my future career-wise anyway, and just stability. But it's more for setting up a pattern of behavior in myself, so I can continue and push myself forward with studies in a structured way, know more about academia, how it functions. In a dream world, I'd love to be, you know, become a professor or something, but that's kind of a dream situation. Often people say, be careful what you wish for, because by all reckoning from what I've seen, people who are professors generally don't say it's all that, and the pay's not particularly good. But I do enjoy teaching though, so it could be fun. But doing it in philosophy would be highly unlikely, because there's very few openings in that field, unfortunately, and those that are obviously are fought over quite dramatically. I would say there's a lot of competition. And what else is it to say? Yeah, proper rambling. I will try and make these videos a bit more. Let me see what I can talk about. Other than that, procrastination. So this is useful for getting my brain operating. Let me think about what I need to be doing moving forward. Yeah, I would like to write. I think I might do that now, actually, with the whole Substack thing. I might just start philosophical ramblings, and just put them in order, I suppose, like a journal entry kind of thing, philosophical ramblings, and just type bare minimum editing, and do that as much as I can, do it every day. And if I'm not doing that, then also more put together pieces. That's something that will make a difference. yeah, and hopefully I'm going to be recording my progress in the degree as well, or rather, not exactly my progress, but just use it as a guidance for what I can talk about on this channel as well. Yeah, I've tried to find out what is in the next module, but I'm not sure because I do believe they change it every year. The books are printed every year. They just kind of chop and change with what's in them. It would make sense for them to do that to stop people, stop plagiarism and things like that. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, funnily enough, when I did the first module, like when was it, a year or two ago, it had the same. It had a passage or part of the book. The very first part of the book was on Cleopatra, and when I did the university, the same sort of level of module, which would have been way, oh my God, 10, 15 years ago, maybe even more than that, they still had the same thing in the book. I'm not sure it was exactly identical, but it seemed pretty much identical. And they might have just updated it a little bit, but it's the same theme, the same topic they're talking about with Cleopatra. But it's interesting to see, but everything else had changed. And yeah, just interesting stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. If we get anyone interested in this podcast thing, then I won't, probably not going to post that on here, but we'll see. Again, I'll talk to the people. If anyone's interested in me doing any kind of like mini sort of dialogue interview with them, whatever it's going to be, and if they're happy with it being posted on here, I might just throw it on here. Otherwise, I might just put it on a Substack as like a podcast or something. But we shall see. Because yeah, my video quality is not fantastic, so it might make a bit more sense to just do it as a pure podcast. Anyway, is there more I can say? Yes, what was I talking about last time? It was the whole jumping into religious thing, looking at ethics a bit more. But yeah, I kind of regretted doing that whole mini ethics introduction thing because it's there's plenty out there on the internet which is like that, and it's not something. I don't feel like I'm here to teach people on this channel. It's just me messing around in my own head with my own ideas. Anyway, proper rambling. It would be nice if I could have a bit of a schedule with this, but I don't think I will for a while. I'm probably, I'd say probably, let's see how things go. I might make some brief comments on this in the future. And I'll just go through block one. I'll go through each part. Let me just tell you quickly what is in block one anyway. There is, the Reformation, religious studies focused. And then there's covering Luther, which is probably going to be a bit of a focus of a topic I'll talk about. And then there's a printing revolution in words and music. So yeah, the Reformation and the print revolution, basically, that is the first book. And I might actually focus a bit more on the old the musical side. So there's something I found quite intriguing about that, and it might spark a few ideas and something for me to ramble about in the future. Just how it was using kind of a propaganda. The propaganda of it within the churches is interesting. Anyway, that is the ramble. And hopefully I will stick to what I said and be back more regular, maybe once, twice a week on here. But let's see. Well, I will continue. I can guarantee you that at least. Unless I can. Anyway, bye-bye.